Welcome back, everyone. Duels of the Spellslingers. So this is Obus form. I'm actually one of the mods and admins of the Discord for Spellslingers. Quick announcement before we get into the video. We will be making an announcement for the tournament, the monthly tournament, very, very soon. So it will have a prize, a grand prize for the winners, announced by Witches of the Coast and officialized by Witches of the Coast, but we're going to announce the rules sometime soon. So please do stay tuned over the weekend. So for this particular video, I want to bring to your attention, as some of the mod and admin for the Discord, I noticed that there's a lot of sort of gripe and frustration against Ral, but I wanted to show you my specific Jace deck. So some people were saying, you know, I'm facing like 50 or like 30% of my matches are Ral. So at least there's a counter in Jace, and I want to show you something. So the first counter, perhaps the most obvious, is Negate. It negates an opponent's spell, trap, artifact, or counter. Ral does not play any traps, maybe a few artifacts, you can slow him down, no counters, but mostly we're looking to lock out or negate his spells. Now you might say, hey Obus, you know, you're a really well-known back brace brand. I have no idea why, I was just looking at my chair and called my name Obus. But when you light up the negate spell, when you sort of load it up, you don't choose which spell you can negate. And I agree, you don't. So you probably won't be negating Chaos Lightning. In fact, no Ral ever casts Chaos Lightning first. But let's go through how they do cast. So most Ral will play it like this. So let's open Ral. Ral's spell chain, and I did play a bit of Ral, and yes, he is quite powerful, but not overpowered. Ral's spell chain is always going to start with something cheap. Spark of Genius costs 0, and you're going to see that. Spark of Genius, also people I know were not so happy that it could draft another Chaos Lightning. So if Ral normally starts with Spark of Genius or Shock, why? Because he wants to start with something cheap, so that by the time he plays his Chaos Lightning, which costs 3 mana, it will be his third spell, and it will only cost 1 mana because it's reduced by 2. So he'll be like Spark of Genius, and then a Shock, so that he only spends 1 mana, and then he spends 1 more mana to get Chaos Lightning. So that's 2 mana to cast 3 spells. But if he does it in the order of Shock or Spark of Genius, you've actually destroyed his entire turn, his tempo. And most of them start with Spark of Genius because it's free. And so if you negate his entire turn. You negate his entire chain of playing. So sometimes even before they play Spark of Genius or Shock, they're gonna play a Gitu Ember Mage. And that's where Jace's Remand can come in, because he's gonna play 3 mana Gitu Ember Mage, and you're like, nope, try again. I know that's Teferi's speech, but nope, try again. And your Remand will bring it back. So that's the power of Negate. I will show you a video of a match where actually none of my negates came into my hand when I needed them. It came at the very end, and a lot of funny things happened. Unfortunately, I did lose to Ral, but it's not due to his lightning damage. It's due to a very specific set of circumstances that are very, very difficult for him to come by, and just a lot of sheer luck, almost like Ashiok RNG kind of luck to allow him to win. So I'll go through that video with you. By all means, we should have won to be honest, if the odds were on our side. It's just he got a lot of lucky spells at the time that he needed them that were not even Ral spells. So anyways, so that's the counter for Negate. The other counter is done by Jace's Apprentice. It has Ward. So of course you guys know when you cast Ward, nothing can target it. What are we looking specifically to prevent on that next turn? We're looking to prevent specifically Unsummon, because Ral doesn't want to waste his 10 lightning damage split between your face and Jace's Apprentice health bar, right? So if you cast it mid-game, it will give you 1 more turn. Again, Jace is about purchasing turns through Unsummon, through Negate, through big health ward Jace's Apprentice. He's there to stop the tempo of enemy planeswalkers. So Ward will do that. And I'm going to show you the match, in this match specifically, where you're going to see Ral end his turn with tons of mana, because I cast Jace's Apprentice to essentially spell block him in that particular turn, again buying me 1 more turn. If Ral does unsummon it and then proceeds to combo, well, you're out of luck for that 1 turn, but then you can always summon it again. So you're sort of going to play this little mini game between when you play Jace's Apprentice and when he's going to Lightning Ward, or rather Chaos Lightning. So that's the second counter. The third counter is the Panharmonicon combo with Eminent Archangel. Eminent Archangel is 5 mana, it is expensive, but it heals the damage you were dealt last turn up to a maximum of 7. So even if you took 8 damage, it can only heal you for 7. But luckily, if you set yourself up with Panharmonicon, you can get 14 healing. So let's say he Chaos Lightning, all 10 to your face, cast Eminent Archangel, cast your Panharmonicon, heal for 14. And then of course we got Second Sun's Dawn for another 7, and to close out the game with your big 10 damage sort of game ending thing. So that's how you can do it. As Jace, White Splash with lots of healing and some negate, I'm gonna go straight into that particular game. So in this match, I do face Ral, who's called Frost, I think is Diamond League or whatever. So I'm just gonna walk you through, and I might pause a little bit just to have you go through some of the game things we go through. So turn 1 goes to Ral. He doesn't really do anything, I don't think. He's gonna pass, or rather just, yep. And so turn 1 for me, I got no play, so of course I pass. Turn 2 for him, I think he plays that 2-1, get another spell. There we go, Lore Keeper, and I don't know what he gets. And turn 3, or rather turn 2 for me, I could, blow Jace's Apprentice, but it's not the time. I can either go for Invert, I go for Scathing Glare because I want to reduce his 2 damage into 1 damage, and I could have used Invert, but I was scared he would have more creatures later on, like the Get2 Ember Mage, or something like the Aether Figment that I can't deal with. So he does cast Divination, it costs him his entire 3 mana. Does he go for Spark of Genius to combo off, or does he end his turn? So that's a question we have to ask ourselves. Is he gonna just do his combo for the sake of doing his combo? Yes, he does. So 3 mana was spent, and now he gets another 2 mana for free, decides to cast Aether Figment. Nope, really he gets the shock. There we go, so there's the shock value. Turn 3 for me, I cast, well, I do my Isochron, I get Retaliate, I return the 3/3 so that, he can't, make use of the 3 damage because he did use Spark of Genius to get the 3/3 out. So that was his tempo play, and I reverse it by unsummoning it back to his hand. So it's now Ral's turn 4. He's gonna cast, there we go, there's a Get2 Ember Mage. I take the 2 damage. My question again, will he combo with the 1 damage, or rather with the 1 mana? Will he combo with a shock? And then, nope. So he ends his turn, so I have to undo his tempo. So again, I repulse, I try to buy another turn, unsummon, okay, so there's a Remand, and instead of casting Mana Constrictor, because it would have just maybe died to the 2-1, I cast Remand, because I know now he has a Get2 Ember Mage, and Ral can't, he has to play around my 2 mana. So I have the 2 mana, and he knows, or rather he's guessing, do I have Remand? Do I not have Remand? Do I have Remand? Do I not? He's gonna waste his mana. Will he? Will he not? So, oh, there he does. He does waste his mana, and I'm gonna take another 2 damage, but it, again, buys me 1 more turn. So I take the 2 damage, of course. Will he use the 2 mana, Spark of Genius, Shock, or will he save it when his Get2 Ember Mage comes out? So let's see what he decides. Does he have enough to start? Nope, so he ends up, so there we go. I draw my Eminent Archangel, Mana Constrictor, I kill that thing finally, and well, that's about it. And I have 2 mana left over, and it looks like I have another Remand. So this is sort of, negative reinforcement, trying to at least give him the fear of Remand, maybe even a negate. But I have the Eminent Archangel, and I'm, holding it up for you guys in the game. So it's got the 7 heal if I do take the damage, gonna combo it off Panharmonicon. That's gonna be turn 8 on 8 mana, or if I set it up previously. So there we go, there's a Flame Coil, a big 3 damage cast. He was thinking it was gonna be Remanded, it's not. And then he just hard casts Aether Figment. So, all right, there we go, there's a setup. And watch this, I think I'm going to Panharmonicon it, just like that. Right, because I know now this turn, I don't have any more Remand. I don't have Negate, so what am I gonna do if he decides to go Get2 Ember Mage and start spamming his spells and spamming his, Chaos Lightning? He's gonna split it between 17 face Jace and 15 Jace's Apprentice. And that's the combo that I'm trying to break. So he's gonna have 2/4 Get2 Ember Mage, 4 mana. He could do a lot of stuff, as you guys know, with 4 mana, but I'm warded and I'm 15 HP creature. I don't think it's gonna happen. I did waste 1 Panharmonicon. See, there we go. 4 mana is wasted, and just like that, we kind of waste his turn. He hard casts, Get2 Ember Mage, does nothing with it, and ends his turn. So I'm gonna buy 1 more turn, unsummon, piss him the hell off, right? For lack of a better term, Scathing Glare because I know Unsummon is going to come, and I just want to reduce the amount of damage I'm going to eat, even if it's 1 damage, but reduce the amount of damage I eat. And over here on the bottom left, I'm again circling my mana. It looks like I might have Remand. It looks like I might have Negate. Again, I'm going to force the mind game into him. So he says, I'm going to do this. Cast the Get to Ember Mage. There we go. There's the Unsummon. So we all know what's going to happen. We're going to have a low-cost spell to trigger, and then we're going to see the Chaos Lightning come in. So there's the Unsummon. Oh, Unsummon number 2. And now we see the Chaos Lightning. There's going to be the 10 face damage. Is it going to be 10? I think it's 9 actually this time. Oh, sorry, my bad. 7 face damage. So we've been screwing him hard. 7 face damage. There's the 2. And so that's why I saved myself 1. So that's why I'm not at 3. I'm at 4 instead. And so there we go. So I took the 7 damage from Chaos Lightning, and so I took 9 damage in total. And that's his entire turn. He's got nothing else, even another Spark of Genius. There we go, that's not enough. So 8 mana, boom. I heal for 7, he heal for another 7, I'm back up to 14. So 14 minus the 9, I'm at a net positive of 5. I cast another Jace's Apprentice, super annoying. He can't do his second Chaos Lightning if he has it. He can't, unsummon my Jace's Apprentice. So again, I'm just blocking his spells. I don't know what he has. I know he's used 1 Chaos Lightning. His Spark of Genius could have gotten another, who knows? But at least I'm blocking it. If it does happen, he's going to split between 18 face and 7 of my creature that is with Ward. So he's just casting his spells, Master of Possibilities, a big cast, a little expensive, 6 mana, and he's doing it because he gets a 0-cost spell, again, excuse me, to trigger Rouse Passive. Not a bad, trigger mechanism, but it is 6 mana, and that's going to end his turn. So does he play something yet? Okay, so he gets Get Ahead. So he's so lucky to get. So that's the first Get Ahead, and this is going to actually cause me to lose the game, all of his Get Ahead. So he gets Get Ahead. I don't know what he got. He could get Jace's Apprentice, he could get Arcanis, he could get Second Son's Dawn, he can even get my second Eminent Archangel, which is my counter. So he decides to doom my Archangel, ends his turn. I'm going to attack all in, because why? He already doomed my Archangel, and I need to kill that Get to Ember Mage. So I'm going to use Day of Judgment, and so before I do that, I'm just going to attack with everything, block whatever, and yeah, flying doesn't get blocked, obviously. Day of Judgment, end the turn, and I cast probably Mana Constrictor and just call it a day. So with Mana Constrictor out, I am still going to die. If he did get a second Chaos, if he has a third Chaos Lightning, so he has 2 of them, I will die, because that's going to be, well, 20 damage. So I will die, but, chance of chances, what is the chance that he can draft his own spell? It's 1 in all the random possible spells he could get. So it's a very low chance he could get a Chaos Lightning from his own drafting. So he's just milling, he's just going through his own deck. So he has 12 cards in library. As you can see, I have 13 cards. So we're about even on card advantage. He casts more cards to, go through his deck for more spells, finally loads it up. And I'm expecting a Chaos Lightning here. If I had 2 Chaos Lightnings, I would have been dead. Or if he had 2, so there we go. Max Chaos Lightning kills everything. If he has another one, does he have another one? It's game over if he does. But again, you guys have to realize this is turn 9 or 10. If you were hard aggro, I think you would have killed Ral by this time at turn 9, right? Like you would usually win between turn 4 to 7 or something. So anyways, so yeah, so on 3 mana, I don't think he does because he would have done it. It's also too expensive for Lava Axe. Lava Axe is 5 mana to do 5 damage. And you'll notice I haven't used a single negate because I haven't drawn it. So he does use Spark of Genius, so it looks like he's going for another combo. Maybe he is asking. Okay, there we go. The spell slinging guy gets the 2/1, gets another spell. I don't know what it is. So I'm now on 10 mana. Heal myself for 7. Draw another card. I put this 3/4 guy there just so I can, in case he decides to chain lightning or he does another one, maybe I won't die to it. Who knows? I might, right? If it's 10 damage split across plus the 2 attack. So he has 10 cards left, I have 12. So similar card advantage, but I noticed that I might not win by damaging his face. I just have to survive and maybe mill him. So he gets the second Get to Ember Mage, and watch this. In this particular part, Isochron Scepter, I think he didn't have a good spell. He gets the chill win. All right, he does a thing, so not this turn. My apologies. He'll do it probably in the next one. Divination is such an expensive thing for him. 4 mana because of the, that mana worm that sort of makes everything cost 1 more. So you're now gonna, are you gonna be able to cast something? -2 cost, what will you cast, Ral? Okay, there we go, spill over. So he loses the Flame Coil, loses Breaching Serpent, but I lose the Second Son and I lose Arcanis, the Archmage, and my Second Son. Second Son would have been such a nice save because, well, I would have casted it, I would have drawn it this turn, casted it, bring him to 9 life, and clean the board off of his Breaching Serpents. He wouldn't have known, he would have casted his Breaching Serpents, and I would have just destroyed everything, and I would have put him in such a hard position. But anyways, it's not the case, it does not happen. So I do have to Day of Judgment, I trigger my passive, and I cast, I finally get my Negate more than halfway through the game at 11 mana, end the turn. I'm just hoping that he doesn't have a third Chain Lightning or, you know, combo off. So I put up Negate to negate his, you know, Spark of Genius, to negate whatever he's gonna do to mill or to draw himself or to maybe get more cards. So he's at 5 cards, I'm at 8. And so I keep looking at this because I've changed my strategy. Now that he milled my Second Son, I'm changing my strategy from damage and destruction of his face to just playing it out. And so there we go. A perfectly timed Negate to Chance of Chances, prevent him from getting Scour the Void, which he got totally randomly, either from his Fountain, from his Spark of Genius, and it saved me. Who knows? Spark of Genius could have, his Call of the Void could have given him, you know, more spells, clear the field, you know, Second Son's done and stuff. So he's just sort of throwing out creatures here left and right. And so I'm gonna cast, you know, the Library of Lang or whatever library to get more Mage of Insight. So I'm looking at the cards, trying to make sure that I don't have, you know, self-mill, return that, undo the buff, make me draw 1 card, make him draw 1 card, and there I get my second Eminent Archangel. So now I'm ready in case he does decide. So he's only got 3 cards left rather. I have 6. So remember, he milled my Arcanis, he milled my Second Son, which would have given me more cards, and so now he's 3 cards less than me. Okay, so he does the Retaliate, he does the Isochron Scepter, and I think this was the play where the Isochron Scepter really screwed me hard, because he's gonna get, I think it was Get Ahead or something, he somehow gets my cards. So yeah, I'm looking again, I'm at 6, he's at 3, Spark of Genius, alright, he gets Spark of Genius, he's just buffing his guys. And what does he get from his Spark? He gets Jolt of Inspiration, and I'm like, that's so lucky to get another hand-filling card. Jolt of Inspiration, who knows? I'm very scared now at this point, but I need to draw cards. I need to get my second Son. So I don't, unfortunately, so I get Mage of Insight. I'm thinking, should I? 4 cards versus 3. I'm thinking, yeah, I can at least, you know, and Remand. And then, so at least I'm on 1 more card. He'll draw out by exactly 1 card more. So I thought I was safe. I thought I was, and you'll see that maybe I wasn't. So anyways, alright, so Panharmonicon, I don't want to draw any more cards. I kill my library. I give this guy more health in case he has, you know, another Chaos Lightning, stuff like that. And I buff this guy up again. In case of the Chaos Lightning coming through, I have 12 face HP plus 10 plus 6, so I'm just trying to get ready in case it comes. But watch what happens right now. And again, he had a very lucky mill that is very not, so he gets a second Get Ahead, and that screwed me hard because now, and he gets my Second Son, wow. Lucky for me, I Remand it. And then I draw my Negate. But I'm going to lose the game because I'm out of cards, unfortunately, because he milled my Second Son and my Arcanis, and then he drew my Second Son, which would have again helped me end the game with damage and with cards. Because he doesn't have Negate, doesn't have anything like that. I would have ended the game no matter what he did. He has either Figment, so again, if I had any of my Second Sons, you know, whatever he Fatal Infections, he dooms, he attacks, it doesn't really matter. Second Son would have cleared it and done 10 damage, and I have enough damage on the board to sort of end the game. So this is just kind of the game goes, so we're just going to watch it play out. So again, I know I'm going to lose. I don't have any more answers. He does the Mana Surge or whatever. It doesn't really make a big difference. He's just doing 1 damage here, 1 damage there. I think he's trying to set me up for a Second Son game-ending thing. Burn through whatever again. He does the 2 damage. I will block. So again, you can see in this match, I think he won actually because he got set 2 very lucky get-aheads, or at least one of them very lucky. An extremely fortunate mill, which he pretty much never gets. And, you know, I'm just sort of screwing around. Unsummon. And of course, the last Negate will negate his Second Son that he stole from me. but that's the end of my turn, and that's actually why I ended up losing. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching today's video, and I hope you learned something of how to counter Ral. You can do it with negates, you can do it with lots of HP creatures with ward that cannot just be so easily unsummoned. You can do it with healing of the second sun, stuff like that. And yeah, hope you guys like it. If you have any questions, please do leave a comment, but please do like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.